Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kendall. Today's video is going to be me attempting my very first 24-hour readathon. Now I'm filming this intro after I've already completed the readathon, and so hi from the future of this video, but I was super excited to do this. I was very proud to be able to do it and succeed. If you're unfamiliar with the 24-hour readathon, basically you start a timer and you try to read as much as you can in a 24-hour window. There are several ways that you can go about it. I'm going to be doing the timer method in this video during this challenge, where I'm basically just going to set a timer on my phone and I'm going to try to break it up between 2 days because your girl needs her sleep. But I try to do 12 hours on the first day, 12 hours on the second day, and there's your 24 hours. I did this over a weekend, so just Saturday and a Sunday, and I had a lot of fun. Let me know before you watch the rest of this video. Let me know down below if you've ever done a 24-hour readathon, and if you did, what method you did. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing more of these challenges in the future, and I hope you enjoy. Good morning. Happy 24-hour readathon. It is, I'm going to admit, later than I wanted to start. It is 10:08 a.m. I had hoped I was going to wake up at like 7 a.m., which I did. I actually woke up at 7:30, but I did not sleep very well, so I was like, I'm going to let myself sleep for a little bit more. Got up at like 9:15 or so, and it's just been, I took a shower. Obviously my hair is wet, so I've been taking it a little bit slower, but that's okay because I have no plans for the day. I have no plans for the day but to read. I don't need to leave my house. It's been a rainy morning, so I've just been taking in the vibes. I have my coffee, which you saw me make, which is much needed today. I already put in Alani Nu in the fridge for later this afternoon because I have a feeling I'm gonna want to drink that later. I think, oh, my battery on my Kindle is low. Oh no. I think I'm going to start this readathon off with a light read, an easy read, something I can read in a couple of hours, nothing too heavy, just because I am so tired. I think my focus for this 24-hour readathon, because it's my first one, is to read books that are shorter, to try to read as much as I can, because I am trying to catch up. Luna is here. Luna wants to say hi. Do you want to say hi to them? I want to read books that aren't a lot of, that don't take a lot of brain power. That was long-winded me saying that. So I think for right now, I'm going to read the second Ice Planet Barbarians book. I know. Don't judge me. I'm excited to read it. I read the first one a while ago and I already have it downloaded on my Kindle. Let's see, I have like a note running list of the books that I'm hoping to read. Okay, so this book is 248 pages, so I think I can knock it out in 3 hours or so. I am a slow reader, I will admit that. Let's see how long it says I'm gonna finish it. Maybe 200 pages. Nice. Okay, so I don't think it will take me too long to read. So that's gonna be my first little run of a book. I'll check back in probably when I'm done with it. just so I can keep up with the track. Let's see, I haven't started my timer. So like I said, I'm hoping to do 12 hours of reading today. I'm hoping to do 12 hours of reading, so then tomorrow I can do 12 hours of reading and it can be done. I don't think I can do 24 hours straight because your girl needs sleep. I need sleep. But I'm gonna go ahead and start the timer once I sit down and start reading for 23 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds. Rather than doing 12 and 12, because in the off chance that I can get more than 12 hours of reading today, that would be great. Are you excited for this readathon? You are? Oh, sorry, she knocked you all over. Say hi. Say 24-hour readathon. Woo! I'm not sure if I want to get cozy in my reading chair right now, just because I'm afraid I will fall asleep. So I would probably just like maybe sit on the couch for a little bit, finish my coffee, and then move here and get cozy once I'm more awake. But yeah, we are starting book 1, Ice Planet Barbarians, number 2. I need to charge my Kindle while I'm reading this. But yeah, I'll check in a couple of hours. Hello, it has now been a few hours. It is approximately 2:50, almost 3 p.m. and I have finished my very first book of our 24-hour readathon. I'm very happy with the book that I picked because it was a very light read, but I finished Barbarian Alien, which is the second book in the Ice Planet Barbarian series, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna rate it either 3.5 or 4 stars. I'm not entirely sure. I'll give like my official ratings of the books that I read during this readathon at the very end of this video, but I really enjoyed it. Those books are just like so good, such like quick reads, and the spice. We love some spice. But now for my second book, I was debating going back and forth on what I wanted to read. If I wanted to read another shorter book or pick up like something else, and you know what? Libby decided for me. I got an email the other day that this book was available, and I thought, you know what? Why not do it today? This book is by an author that I've been wanting to read for a really long time, and I thought this might be the better series to start with, just because it kind of sets up her other series. But without further ado, the second book that I'm going to be reading during this 24-hour readathon is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I am so excited. I've been wanting to read the Once Upon a Broken Heart series for so long, and I remember seeing that it took place in the Caraval universe, so I was like, maybe I should read this first just to kind of jump in, see how I like Stephanie Garber's writing, all that stuff, so it should be good. Like I said, this is a Libby hold, so I actually have 2 weeks to read it, but I'm gonna try to sit down and get a good chunk of this book read today. Maybe I'll switch off to something shorter if I need like a little break. I don't know a lot about this series, I will admit that. The cover says, remember, it's only a game. That's honestly all I know. Let me see about this book. Fantasy about 2 sisters swept up in a mysterious competition filled with magic, heartbreak, and danger. I believe this is a YA. I honestly don't know. Scarlett has never left the tiny island where she and her beloved sister Tella live with their powerful and cruel father. Okay, I'm excited. I'm gonna try to go into this as blind as I can, just because it's my first Stephanie Garber book, and I'm excited. I've heard so many good things about the series and her writing overall, so it should be good. Also, I've been taking a little bit of breaks and pausing the timer while I'm not reading. So I've eaten, I'm also doing laundry, so yeah, let's see. I think my Kindle estimates it's taking me approximately 5.5 hours to finish this book. I don't know if I'm gonna try and read this all today. Like I said, I might break it up by reading a shorter book if I need a break from it. But that is the current update, and I'll touch base in a few hours. Hello, update. It is now 9:39 p.m. I'm all cozy in bed. I have 16 hours and 6 minutes left on our timer. Also, apologies, you can hear our AC unit in our bedroom because it's very hot in here. But I did not get as much reading done today as I had hoped, which is fine. I was like, as I said, I was so tired today. And I still got a good chunk of reading done though. Like, I'm proud of myself. So I'm gonna read a couple for like at least 2 more hours. I honestly don't know. But I am 53% of the way through Caraval. Y'all. I'm not gonna like do spoilers or anything, so no worries. But I'm not gonna lie. The world building at first, I was like, I'm not really understanding what's also, sorry, I have my TV on. It's just muted at the moment. But I'm like, oh, Luna's here with me. I was like, the world building, I still don't really understand this, like what Caraval is. And so I was like, what's happening? What is this competition, challenge, whatever? But now I kind of get it. It's like the Hunger Games with magic. Luna really wants me to pay attention to her. I'm sitting here petting her though. But I'm like, it's the Hunger Games with magic. This is our nightly ritual. Yeah. So I'm 53% of the way through. I'm enjoying it now. Like, so much has happened and I'm really loving it. Stephanie Garber is such a fantastic writer. I'm excited to read like her other books after this. I already have hold on the next 2 Caraval books. I know there's a new one coming out like in the next couple of months, this year maybe. But yeah, there are a couple things that I've already predicted. We love being able to predict things. But yeah, I'm like, we're starting to find out who some people might be and some plot twists and a small sprinkle of a romance. I don't know. I really don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna read for a couple more hours with this kitty cat sitting here cuddling. Oh, with this kitty cat here. But yeah, I wanted to do a check-in because, like I said, I didn't get enough reading done today. But tomorrow, I have no plans. And I'm probably gonna try to wake up early so I can get a good chunk of reading done in the morning. Cause like, I don't know if I mentioned this, but my husband's out of town, but he comes back tomorrow, but he doesn't land till like 11:30 at night. So I'm like, I can probably get a good chunk of reading done in the morning and then have the evening to like relax and do any, house chores, that kind of thing. But, yeah, that's the latest. I'll try to check in before I go to sleep. I might be way too tired. But we'll see. 16 hours and 6 minutes left. Hopefully I can get it down to 14. I think I can definitely do 2 hours of reading at least. It is only 9:42. So yeah. Let's read some more Caraval. Good morning. It is the next day. I did not close or do a check-in last night before I went to bed because I went to bed at 1:30 in the morning. It is now 1:17. I mean, it is now 8:17. Coffee hasn't hit yet, but I've got my coffee. I'm ready to start the day. I'm not as tired as I thought I would be, which is great. But like I said, I went to bed at 1:30 last night because I finished Caraval. I read Caraval all in one day, and oh my gosh, it was so good. I'm not gonna do any spoilers, but it was so good. And like once everything clicked, I was just like, that was so well done. I know I said I was gonna save my ratings for like the very end, but I already know Caraval is a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Yeah, it's a 4.5 out of 5. Sorry, there's someone walking by right now. I lowered it because I wasn't, like, it took me a little bit to get into, I'm not gonna lie, and like get a grasp of what was happening, but once I did, it was so good. And I was right about some people finding out who they were. Well, I was right about the fact that some people weren't who they said they were, but not, I mispredicted who some people actually were. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm trying to be vague for spoiler reasons. So good. Like I said, I already had the second one waiting on my Libby. It might not be ready for a couple of weeks, which is sad, but I'm very excited to read that to continue with the story because it was so good. I didn't realize there was like a romance in it. I don't know. I also am like, is it YA? I truly don't know if it's YA. I probably should look that up, but nonetheless, loved it. So good. Stephanie Garber is a fantastic writer. Also, I am wearing a Shrek shirt. This is an Abercrombie Kids t-shirt that I got in the biggest size, and thankfully it fits because I'm obsessed with it. I have to try to figure out what I want to read next. I have 12 hours and 44 minutes left on the timer, so I basically did read for 12 hours yesterday. Well, I guess really 11, but that's fine. I set like a bunch of alarms this morning. I set one for like 6, 6:15, 6:30, 6:45, 7, because, or maybe they were like 30-minute intervals, but I wanted to like set a bunch of alarms so I didn't just wake up at 9 o'clock again, because I would have been pissed. I mentioned last night my husband is on a vacation or visiting friends, and so he doesn't come back until like midnight tonight, so I have a full day of reading ahead. I'm not sure what I want to read next. I have a running list on my phone of books to read and how many pages they are. So I could read a thriller that I have. It's 264 pages. I could do a fantasy that's under 300 pages. Let me see. I have my Kindle on airplane mode, but let me turn it on, see what I might want to read. Thinking of reading Sometimes I Lie, which is a thriller, I believe. I got this from another YouTuber. Yes, Alice Feeney, because it was like on this YouTuber Haley Hughes, I believe, her like best thrillers to read or her favorites. And it's only 264 pages. That might be good. I might read this. Start a thriller right now. So Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney. I don't know too much about this. So, except that the main character is in a coma. And sometimes she may lie. But anyway, I'm gonna have my coffee, I'm gonna read this book, and I will check in maybe when I'm done with it, maybe halfway through. I don't know. We shall see. It is 3:18. I have 6 hours and 15 minutes left on my timer. I have finished Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney, and I was not the biggest fan. I think I'm gonna rate it 3 stars because I was interested in the story. I was very into it, like wanted to know what was happening. But by the end, it was just like dragging on. I'm not gonna give any spoilers. Like the twists were good. The twists like got me, but then it got to the point that I was just like, okay, when can this be over? And then I wasn't the biggest fan of the ending, to be totally honest. I was just like, wait, what? Now I'm like, I really need to read something that's gonna, I don't know, make me happy and excited, and maybe I need a romance after this, because that book definitely, Sometimes I Lie. I typically don't check trigger warnings because I'm like, I'm usually good with that. But there were a couple things that happened in this book where I was just like reading it like, ugh. So if you're interested in reading Sometimes I Lie by Feeney, please check trigger warnings. I think I'm rating it 3 stars, which is a bummer because I went into it with high expectations. But anyway, like I said, we have a little over 6 hours left in this 24-hour readathon on my timer. I hope I can finish a book in 6 hours. I'm not entirely sure. So that's why I think I'm going to do a romance. I need a little fluff, you know? We're in my office. I'm going to take a look at my bookshelves, see what I can find. I have a few ideas. But yeah, I wanted to give that update that I have finished my 3rd book during this readathon. I don't know if you can hear, I have my ceiling fan on. But I've also been using this as a time to catch up on my reading goals for the year because I was way behind, and now my goal is to read 50 books, and I started this at like, I started June with like not a lot, but I'm at 20 now. So according to Goodreads, I'm only 6 books behind, which we love to see. I need something good. I need something that's not going to make me slumpy. So let's figure it out. I've decided what my last book in this 24-hour readathon is going to be, and it's a book that I've been wanting to read for a hot minute. It's a romance. It's a popular one, and it has a sequel that came out recently and a 3rd one that's been announced. It is Done and Dusted, my very first cowboy romance. I'm excited. I wasn't sure. I was like, should I read this? It's kind of long. But then I looked at the font size. When I looked at the font size and the margins, I was like, oh, I can do this. So hopefully I can read this in 6 hours. 6 hours and 15 minutes to be exact. I don't know too much about Done and Dusted except for it's a small town brother's best friend romance. I'm in. Say no more, besties. I actually bought this at the Rip Bodice when I was in New York City like a month or so ago. So I'm pumped. It should be good. I'm not even going to read the back. I'm just going to jump right in. A sweet, slow burn, sunshine in written form. I'm all about a slow burn. This, I'm hoping it will help me not fall into a reading slump after finishing Sometimes I Lie. So let's get some brain candy with this cowboy romance. I'm also going to be reading this while participating in Deja's reading sprints. I'm like a silent enjoyer of reading sprints, and I was hoping someone would have them today. So let's hang out here while we read Done and Dusted. I am eating this book up. I am on page 110. I love them. I already love the chemistry. Normally I'm like, it's kind of like right to it, right when the book starts from the beginning, but like these people have known each other their entire lives, so I understand it. I'd probably be doing the same thing. I love the chemistry between Luke and Emmy. It is so good. I'm just like, let me gobble this up. It is so good. No spoilers, obviously, but let's just say they've almost kissed twice, and every time I'm like, is it gonna happen now? Is it gonna happen now? But I did not know this was a dual POV, and you know me, I love a dual POV. I love when we get one scene in one of their perspectives, and then right after we get the other person, and it's like, oh rats, why didn't I do this, or blah blah blah, and you're just like, I love getting your thoughts immediately after. Very fast read. It's probably partially because the text is so big and the margins are wide, but I definitely think I can finish this before our time runs out. We're at 4 hours and 42 minutes left. Still lurking in Deja's reading sprints. I haven't said anything, but I'm a lurker. I'm really enjoying this. I'm like, am I about to enter my cowboy romance? I'm very late to the cowboy romance game, but I think it might be my time. I just read chapter 13. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. I love the dual POV so much. Yeah. I'm on page 161. Seems like it's about halfway, but perfect chapter. Perfect chapter. I'm loving this book. That's all. This book, y'all, I finished it. I finished it with an hour and a half left on our timer. That means I've read 4 books during our 24-hour readathon. I am so proud of myself. Like, I had a goal to read 4 books, but when I started this, I was like, okay, there's a chance that I don't finish. And I did, with time to spare. I loved this book so much. I need to get Swift and Saddled like ASAP. 5 stars. 5 stars, baby. I love Luke. I love Luke and Emmy. I would have read another 300 pages of just them. Like, when the epilogue happened, I was just like, how long is this epilogue? I need more. I need more. Lyla Sage. I need more. So, yeah, now I need to go and get Swift and Saddled ASAP, and then Lost and Lassoed when it comes out in November. And I am officially on the cowboy romance train. All aboard. I'm the last person to read one, but I'm on the train. I understand the hype. I understand why everyone was so obsessed with them like months ago, and I was like, maybe, I don't know. No, I know. I understand. To people who have recommended these books, thank you. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of myself, and it's 9 o'clock at night. So, I did it. I love 24-hour readathons. So that is it for this 24-hour readathon. I loved it so much. I was very proud of myself to be able to read 4 books in basically 2 days. I'll do a quick recap of the books that I read and my ratings. So the first book I read was Barbarian Alien by Ruby Dixon, and I rated it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. The second book was Caraval by Stephanie Garber, and I rated that 4.5 stars. Absolutely obsessed with it. Can't wait to read the next book in the series. The third book was a bit of a disappointment. It was Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney, and I rated it 3 stars. Yeah, it just was not my favorite thriller, as I spoke about earlier. And then my very last book was a 5-star read. I'm so excited, and that was Done and Dusted by Lyla Sage. I am so in love with this book. I can't stop thinking about it even days later. I need more cowboy romances in my life. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know down below if you'd like me to do another 24-hour reading challenge in the future, or if there are any other reading challenges you'd love to see from me. Let me know down below if you've done this challenge, how you did, how many books you read, all that fun stuff. Make sure to follow me down below on all of my social media links, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!